Hi, my name is Brett Thomas. Some of you guys know me as Water Scout. There's been a lot of talk on the Facebook forums lately here about Spinnakers. How do you install them? Are they worth it? Some people say they're too much complication. I like to use it. Behind the camera is codename Zoomer, Chase Thomas. He's my son and my race partner. We've raced this boat 4 times in the Everglades Challenge. 3 times we took the Spinnaker. The one time we didn't take the Spinnaker, we were upset with ourselves because we didn't take it. We really could have made good use of it. We've made a few modifications. The Tandem Island and the Adventure Island Spinnakers are almost the same. The installation is the same. So if you watch the video, the official Hobie video, it's spot on. It tells you exactly what to do. We made a couple of modifications. We have on the mast, we've trimmed the battens. It shortens the battens. Yes, they do still catch. It's not 100%. The masthead rotator, nowadays it comes with a taller extension that also helps put it a little bit farther away from the battens. That was an early design issue that they identified, and they fixed that. So we're going to talk today about 2 modifications that we made. One of them takes out a lot of friction. So you'll notice if you've been trying to pull, either pulling forward or pulling backward, and you're trying to snuff or deploy your Spinnaker, you're getting a lot of friction. We figured out on our modifications how to take that friction away. We also figured out another way to utilize our Spinnaker like a jib or a genoa. We get more functionality on it, and it lets you fly wing on wing a little bit better. If you understand what we're talking about, you're going downwind, you get double the sail power, not just a big Spinnaker. You double your power. We did notice that the first thing you can do on any installation is, if you're deploying the Spinnaker or you're pulling it down, release your main sheet a little bit. Release tension off of the mast. That helps that get up and down. So we're going to deploy this here in a second. We're going to point to a few things ahead of time, though. We're going to show you exactly where that friction is. So on the back corner over here, when you install this, there is what's called a cheek block right here. And you will notice part of the construction here, it's a support, is a holder. It keeps this line in. If you do the original installation, it goes around, back out, and it's actually captured right here. And that's the direction of your line. And then it continues all the way up to your cam cleat up in the front. This is the source of your friction and frustration. Let's get rid of that. We'll show you what we did. So instead of making a 180-degree turn here, we only made a 90-degree turn. And it comes all the way down over here. We added an additional block right here. So 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Now we have 2 blocks that are handling the friction instead of 1. And then it continues all the way up to the front cam cleat. So that's the first modification we did. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to deploy the Spinnaker here. We'll show you how easy it is. I like to keep everything in the pocket right here. I like to keep all my lines clean. So notice we've got a straight line pull to deploy the Spinnaker. So here we go. All right, Spinnaker's up, it's locked in place. I had the Spinnaker sheet line here locked in just a little bit so that it didn't flop all over the place. So here's our first modification that we did. We put a block out there at the very end. So what Hobie tells you is to add these eyelet posts way out there. I can barely reach that thing. They have you add one right here in the middle. Well, we added that block. I've seen people will add a Railblazer mount in there, and then they'll put the block in there. That's perfect. You can also do the paracord fix like we did here. You can use this like a jib or a genoa. So it'll work for that. Now, I did put this post in here. Let's say I want to move that Spinnaker a little closer to me. Well, I can grab it. I can still make use of that post right there, lock it in, and now I've moved my Spinnaker in even closer to me. So you are getting a little bit of functionality out of this post right here. So I would say if you're going to add one, add the one right here. You're probably not going to use that one. You can't safely reach it. And if you're the backseat driver at a Tandem Island, you're not working the spinnaker because you can't reach. So right now our spinnaker is deployed, but we want to snuff it. So we're going to talk a little bit about where's friction when you're snuffing this. On your sock, I leave my lines a little loose. If you make that so tight, the spinnaker can't make that 90 to get into the snuffer sock. So leave this a little loose. It looks funny, but it works. And remember when we talked about your friction right here? Well, when I go to snuff this, I have to pull. Notice this angle, if this was in its original configuration up here, I have to pull this way, because if I pull this way, it has to go around that little piece and then around. Again, that's your source of friction. By adding an additional 90 degrees, it works perfect, and this is going to just flow right in the snuffer sock. Now, no matter what, you're going to find when you hit these grommets, those grommets hang up right on the very end, and at the last minute, you got to give it a really good pull, and then it goes in there. So someone's got a modification for that, let us know. So I'm going to pop my line here, and I'm going to release the front here, and I'm going to pull my heart out and snuff this thing and try to not get it to go in the water underneath the boat. So here we go. Look at that. So that wasn't too bad. And then at the end, I would clean up all my lines, make sure I don't have anything draping in the water. So that is our modification that we did for our Tandem Island. So you can follow along, like, subscribe. I occasionally like to do videos on modifications that we've done. So thanks for watching.